That's the question for me, in all fairness. I know we have a lot of names that we're going to talk about, but what's the identity of the club now? What's the philosophy of the club now?
What does Manchester United say to you, traditionally, in terms of a style?
Well, in my time, it was about winning, no matter how, especially when they were playing us. They were playing a different way. They adapted to situation in terms of how they were going to go about some games. Like they played us differently than other teams, and they had flair, they were direct, they needed to be direct, they could fight and win. When you think about Man United in my time, you think about a team that's there to win, no matter how. But I go back to what we're talking about. My time is gone, long gone. What's the DNA of the club now? What are you trying to do now? That's what normally should allow you to make sure that you can go and pick whoever's going to come to try to fit your way, and not having someone that's going to come to put their way in and then another one come and then they try.
Roy, what does it mean?
Huge result, big lift for City. Obviously we know the record here is not great. To be a goal down, manager Pep spoke before the game, when you come to Anfield, it's obviously you need to show personality and character, and this City team showed that, particularly in the second half. Yeah, they were very good in terms of football, in terms of the first half, and we've been critical of this team over the last 18 months because of the standard City have set, and this team hasn't really reached it. But it did today in the second half to show that desire, quality. The first goal was good. They got it gifted the second goal, obviously.
The post-match discussion was almost as intense as the action on the pitch, with Thierry Henry offering a measured but thought-provoking assessment of Marc Guéhi's performance. While much of the debate centered on the controversial goal that stood after a VAR review, Henry was quick to acknowledge Guéhi's composure under pressure and his commanding aerial presence throughout the contest. Speaking on Sky Sports, Henry praised Guéhi's ability to read the game in high-stakes moments. He highlighted the defender's timing in aerial duels, his positioning inside the box, and the calmness he showed despite the chaos surrounding the decisive phase of play. According to Henry, those qualities are what separate promising defenders from reliable leaders in big matches. However, the former Arsenal striker also pointed out how marginal officiating calls can define outcomes at the highest level. The goal in question survived a VAR check, with officials determining there was no clear and obvious error in the build-up. That decision immediately split opinion. Some argued that the contact was minimal and within the spirit of the game. Others felt a foul had been overlooked in the build-up. Henry didn't accuse the officials of wrongdoing, but stressed the broader issue of consistency. In his view, players and coaches struggle most not with individual mistakes, but with unpredictability. If something is given one week and not the next, he suggested, that's where frustration grows. His comments reflected a growing concern among fans and pundits that interpretations can vary dramatically from match to match. Social media erupted within minutes of the final whistle. Supporters dissected slow-motion replays frame by frame, debating angles, body positioning, and the threshold for intervention. Former referees weighed in with differing interpretations, further fueling the controversy. For many, the frustration wasn't just about this single decision, but about a perceived pattern in high-intensity fixtures where the smallest details carry enormous consequences. In the end, the goal stood, and so did the result. But as Henry implied, the conversation goes far beyond one moment. In modern football, where margins are razor-thin and technology promises clarity, every review carries enormous weight. And when those decisions shape decisive moments, the debate is inevitable, not just about what happened, but about how consistently the rules are applied when it matters most.